Oh, Come on, Chiron, here's your soul chaser for the podium. It's third place, Rigoberto Meza, trying to be able to chase the leaders. Oh, now we got another rider. Giancarlo, I believe that's going to be. That's Giancarlo Bianchi now on the attack as well. Everybody has lit the afterburners and trying to be able to catch up to the leaders right now. Your winner from last year on the attack right behind Rigoberto Meza.
And I stumble to the kitchen, pour myself a cup of ambition and yawn and stretch and try to come alive. Jump in the shower and the blood starts pumping. Out on the street, the traffic starts jumping. Folks like me on the job from 9 to 5.
Here's your two leaders getting ready to be able to come around. They're going to be seeing Bell Lab with 1 to go. Ring it. 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go. Your final lap. 1 lap to go, 1 to go. Here's your chasers right now. Giancarlo Bianco and Rigoberto Meza with 1 to go, 1 to go. Here's your podium. That's third place they're fighting for. Ring it for these guys. 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go. This group all together, a mixture of a couple of groups, but we're ringing the bell with 1 to go. All riders finish on this lap. All riders 1 to go. Bell lap. All riders 1 to go. Once again, the Masters riders, a 45-year-old with Hess in that white jersey. The smaller rider in the black jersey, Nightingale, just turning 40 years old, racing in this category for the first time this year. They're getting ready to be able to come around. Everybody finishing on the same lap, so everybody got 1 lap to go. Here comes the sprint right now. Nightingale going away by himself. Your 2025 Masters champion, Michael Nightingale. Excellent ride by Paul Hess for second place. Now we're going to have a sprint for third, podium up for grabs. Remember, last year's winner on day number 1 in the black jersey is in this group. I think Rigoberto Meza actually was in the breakaway with Giancarlo Bianchi last year as well. So these two guys, every time they come to Utah, they end up riding with each other and attacking and trying to be able to go against each other. Meza and Giancarlo right next to each other. Oh, it's going to come down to the final puddle. Oh, I'm going to give that to Rigoberto Meza, but going to get confirmation from the video. So unofficially, Rigoberto Meza picking up that podium in third. And then one of the riders that crashed earlier, Mitch Macbeth, will finish up in fourth.
And she got the good, and she got that. I got the look. Yo, get the beat, cause I'm seasoned, haters to me, them salty looks. She told me, don't hit switch side up, if they hate the other, ain't no the money side, that is the side.
Well, these guys going to finish up and cool down, and then we'll be getting ready for our pro women's race coming up next. We'll stage them just short of line, introduce you to some of the top riders in the field, and then we'll be underway in racing with our premier event of the day, pro women and pro men, coming up next.
Masters top 3. If you head to the podium, I'll do your podium. Once again, top 3 for our Masters. If you head on over to the podium, we can get that done. Looking for Giancarlo Bianchi, Paul Hess, and hold on, let me redo that. Hold on. Oh, looking for Paul Hess, Rigoberta Meza, and Nightingale. If you're around, we can do your podium. Nightingale, if you're around, head over to the podium. Nightingale and Paul Hess. Oh. We're going to move on to our podium. I'd like to be able to start off in third place, making it into the breakaway, finishing up the sprint, chasing down the 2-liter. He rides for stage 2 cyclery coming out of California, Rigoberta Meza. Finishing up in second place, a silver medal ride, racing for Unicorn Racing, Paul Hess. And our winner, he read the race perfectly and he had the legs to finish it off. He comes out of Colorado, racing for Incognito Mode in the black jersey, Michael Nightingale.
in this field. We will begin with your reigning national champion, a former winner here in Salt Lake City, and your current ACC leader. Welcome your stars and stripes. It's the national champ, Daniel Ryan.
Our next rider wearing the green jersey of Found Cycling, coming out of Carmel, Indiana, currently sitting 5th overall in the American Criterium Cup. Please welcome Andrea Sear.
Up next, we'll welcome some international talent to the front row, currently sitting 9th place overall in the ACC. A member of the Olympic team for the Paris Games out of Switzerland. Next up to the front row, welcome Eileen Seats.
Our next rider racing for Virginia Blue Ridge, finishing up in 10th overall in the American Criterium Cup, coming off a huge win at Crybaby Hill. A previous New Zealand national champion, Riley McMullen.
Up next, we'll introduce some young talent, your reigning under 23-year-old national road race champion. She'll be riding for Virginia's Blue Ridge 2028. Welcome, Ella Sabo.
Continuing with the blue jerseys of Virginia Blue Ridge, a Paris Olympian. Please welcome Olivia Cummins.
And finally, we will welcome a hometown hero to the front row, racing for the Ride or Die Racing Team from Sandy, Utah. Make a little noise for Jenna Goodrum.
Rest of the riders to the line, please. Riders, as we get ready to start our Utah Crits, we'd like to be able to honor our nation with our national anthem. Those of you that can rise, please rise, remove your cap as we play our national anthem.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we marched were so gallantly streaming. And against red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the
Riders, if I could have your attention for your final instructions before your race start.
Good
Good
afternoon,
afternoon,
riders.
riders.
Welcome
Welcome
to
to
the
the
Sandy
Sandy Promenade
Criterium.
Criterium.
You will be
You will be racing for 1 hour
and
and
10
10
minutes.
minutes.
You can
You
see
can see
time
time
counting
counting
up
up.
on the truss and laps to go next to it. If you need to go to the wheel pit, 3 laps will end at 7 to go. You may cut the course, but please do not ride backwards on the course. Medical is also located in front of you to your left, and podiums will be per protocol. Good luck and be safe.
Riders, your podium will be after your event, right during after start the men, so you don't have to stick around, be able to get ready for tomorrow. On that note, we're going to be able to check our final time here as we're scheduled to be able to go off at 5:30. So about 4 minutes to be able to waste right now. Race number 2 of our American Criterium Cup. First race going to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Then we're right here for the Utah Crit. Then we're going to be going to Wisconsin, then Boise, Idaho, then Chicago, and then our final race in St. Louis, Missouri. Race number 2, obviously our top 10, sitting with the points that they won in Tulsa, and now trying to be able to gather more points as well as riders from all across the nation, a very international field as well, make their way here for day number 1 of our Utah Crit. We're coming up right now on 2 minutes out, riders. 2 minutes. "35 riders on the start line. Some of them riding individually, many of them with teams, and we'll talk a little bit more about that as we get into the race. We introduced our top 10 overall, but there's some other riders, again, riders sitting in second, third, fourth, and sixth that are not here. So a big opportunity for many of the riders that are out there to move up in the point standings. Not only that, on this brand new course, day number 1, we are going to have a brand new winner in the Sandy Promenade race here in day number 1 of our Utah Criteriums. Riders, right now, we're coming up on 1 minute out. 1 minute. A big thank you to Cotton Socks, sponsoring the live web stream for the pro women and the pro men, both on day number 1 and day number 2. 45 seconds out as we're inching closer and closer to launching. 7/10 of a mile around a 6-corner course. You've been around it. You know turn 5 is tricky. The second to last turn. Give yourself a few laps to adjust your speed. Don't get carried away with that tailwind going into those final 2 turns. Once again, we do have a great race tomorrow as well. As we're coming down to about 20 seconds out, I'd like to be able to introduce Jennifer Ford, Sandy City Special Events Coordinator. And Jennifer Ford's going to be our official starter as we're counting the clock down for our start. Turning it over to her. She's going to be counting you down, starting at 5.
4, 3, 2, 1.
We're underway. Here we go, Brad.
Sandy Promenade off and racing the best crit racers from around the country, getting ready to do battle over 2 days here in Utah. We have an America First field tomorrow, but first, we're going to get through this one.
We're going to let these riders get a couple laps in, and then we got a good amount of cream still to give away a little bit later on in this race. Talk about our 35. Remember, the national champion is here. That's the rider in the Stars and Stripes jersey. Obviously, one of the favorites. Very good sprinter. She's going to sit in, try to be able to save her energy for one of those last part of the race. 70 minutes of racing, so that's a lot of racing still to go. They're right now on the backstretch, still trying to be able to figure out as they get ready to go down to that very, very quick and a little bit narrow turn number 5.
group all together, first lap through. We'll see who's going to take charge early on here, see who will animate and dominate the first couple laps.
Riding for Peak Fasteners, one of our partners for our Utah race, is Patrick Stills on the front. Right behind a few of the dark blue jerseys from Virginia Blue Ridge 2028 is have a full squad here. Well, don't have a full squad. They have a pretty good squad here. Anika Brantz, one of the Canadian sprinters, is here. We introduced Ella Sabo, but she did not show up. She was on the reg list. I'm going to scratch her off. And she was a under 23 national road race champion. Olivia Cummins is here, and Riley McMullen is here as well from that Virginia Blue Ridge team. Team Siniska, Tess Edwards is here all by herself, and in with Legion of Los Angeles here by herself. Also, Kendall Ryan. Kendall talented enough to be able to handle things on her own. Just got to be able to see how this race plays out. A lot of racing still to go. 70 minutes. Very, very hot out as well here in Utah. Typical 95 degrees. Definitely could be a 3 water bottle day. Easily could run out of the 2 water bottles on the bike. I don't think eating's allowed out there, so got to be able to maintain that hydration to be able to have a good race at the end of the day. Saving the legs for the sprint. That's what many of the riders are thinking about.
Things starting to string out a little bit. Single file this time through. Somebody driving the tempo up on the front. And that means speed's getting faster here. Speed Kingdom Elite in the purple jerseys up on the front. No surprise, been super aggressive all season. Looks like the rest of the team's happy to let Kingdom Elite take charge here over on the right-hand side of the road. You see that purple jersey there? Now it's a team of Shannon Colt, who has been really the most aggressive and dominant riders this season. Colt going to be leading that Kingdom Elite team in all purple, but she's going to have to get through this Virginia's Blue Ridge 2028 team first.
Riders were ringing a bell because it could be a $500 preem. $500 preem winner of the lap. $500 preem winner of the lap. Brad, that $500 and all the rest of them that are going to be Larry H. Miller Cycling Club, longtime partner and title sponsor of our Utah Crits. $500 on the line. Look at the reaction that's coming from them right now. That's the way to be able to sprint for the money. That's going to be Eileen Stites picking that up, number 3. And I like how she didn't ease up, because didn't take a chance if she was being challenged or not. Made sure she was able to get there. Eileen Stites, super strong rider coming out of Switzerland, currently sitting 9th in our overall standings, and she was a member of the Paris Olympic team for Switzerland.
Another little split rolling off the front here. Riders, take a look. I think the seats rolling this after the preem. A lot of times you'll see moves that go after a sprint or a prize on the line. They'll look back and say, you know what? I got the opportunity to go. I might as well try and roll this one. Let's see. They do that this time.
Yeah, one rider going right over the top of the Kingdom Elite Racing team. That's a team out of Florida in the purple jerseys. They have a pretty good squad here as well. Probably, I think, 6 riders with the purple jerseys coming out of that final turn, making their way up. Calling it the counterattack, waiting for the rider to go for the money, and then going on the counterattack. Case is right behind him, but right now, Kingdom Elite trying to be able to, Heidi Praderis is trying to be able to go away. Heidi Praderis, that rider in the front coming out of Cuba. Last year, that rider off the front was 18th here in Utah on day number 1. Last year was day number 1, was part of the American Criterium Cup as well, and he ended up finishing up 18th here. So looking to be able to change that by attacking. And remember, there's some very fast riders in the main group, and so any rider that wants to be able to win the bike race, they have to get rid of the speedsters. That's something that they're thinking about and how to be able to manage and how to be able to do. One of the advantages of having multiple team members is being able to, when one rider gets caught, a different rider can attack. So you can take turns pushing the pace and trying to be able to break away. So that's what they're thinking about with Kingdom Elite right now in the purple jerseys. They have the advantage because with 6 riders in the race, they can keep sending different riders up the road, not tiring out one rider the entire time. 0.7 of a mile. The roads are, Utah is known for how wide its roads are. It became built that way because back in the day when they used to have horse and carriage, they had to make them wide enough so they could do a U-turn. And that's why the Utah roads are so wide. And so this race, the first 4 corners, it is no brakes. Super wide. You can come into it at any speed you want to, and you're able to fly around. It's only turn number 5 where it gets a little bit narrow. Riders have to be able to pay attention to. The 6th year of the event. This is the first year we've changed the name to Utah Crits. Before it was the Salt Lake City Crits. Started 2 days of racing back in 2021. before that, it used to just be one day of racing. And adding to the complexity and the pressure, this being the second race of the American Criterium Cup. 6-series race that travels around the United States, and riders definitely want to be able to pick up some points here before they head into Wisconsin. Last year on day number 1 of the American Criterium Cup, Alexis Magner, he picked up the win. Paulo Munoz was second in 2023. Kendall Ryan, a rider who is here, is your winner from 2022. She won on day number 1. Harriet Owen picked up the win in 2021 and was a double-time winner, winning in 2021 and in 2019. So you can tell, obviously, this is a completely different course, but it's going to be similar, is that it's the sprinters that really have the advantage in picking up the win here on day number 1 of the Utah Crit.
More action on the front here. A couple big efforts over the last few laps here. These riders want to split this race because they're going up against the best sprinter in the country and Kendall Ryan in the Stars and Stripes jersey. So anything that they can do to get rid of Kendall is pretty good in their book. So we'll see if that bid is successful. Breakaways usually have about a 1 in 100 shot, but it's a 1 in 1,000 shot trying to sprint against Kendall Ryan, so you might as well take the gamble here.
Yeah, there's a few things Kendall Ryan can do to be able to protect herself, because watch out for the teams that have multiple riders. Another Virginia Blue Ridge or Kingdom Elite. Definitely don't want to let a rider of them go off the road. You got to be able to respond to some things. Maybe not going to be able to sit in the entire time. As Shannon Koch now, another Kingdom Elite rider on the attack. Shannon Koch, that rider that just attacked a multi-time Masters national champion. Is at Tulsa Tough, riding on all 3 days and riding very aggressive down there. So picking up some speed and picking up some form, trying to be able to make that to her advantage here on day number 1 of the Utah Crit. Just under about 40 riders took to the start line, and Shannon Koch right now coming around turn number 6 with a little bit of a gap. We're going to do a preem, $500 winner of the lap, $500 winner of the lap. Preem, $500 winner of the lap.
Wow, big money, $500 on the line next time through, riders. 500 cash to win on the next lap, 500 cash. And look at this, already riders in trouble at the back. With big money on the line this time, $500 next time through.
One of the brand new races, actually, one of the races that were part of the USA Crit Series, Shannon Koch ended up winning, and she won it in exact same fashion, breaking away, going solo, using her time trial skills, and nobody could bring her back. She won the Noonan Criterium, and then she won Omaha as well, both in the same fashion. Money could change things right now as we got $500 on the line. Whoever crosses the line first. If I'm not mistaken, I think I see 3 dark blue jerseys leading them through turn number 6, trying to be able to come around. They're not going to catch Shannon for the money, but maybe they're going to start trying to be able to reel her in. They know this is a dangerous move. They don't want to give her too much of a leash. As Shannon Koch picks up $500.
Now, this is a bigger problem than just $100. Because Shannon Koch can win this bike race solo way off the front. She is an absolute freight train when it comes to these moves. So if I'm watching Shannon Koch right away, I'm starting to get pretty worried about the scenario out there. Koch can absolutely win this bike race.
Temperature still hovering right at about 95 degrees. It is now. Pro women right now on the course. Coming up next is going to be our pro men, and they're going to be 70 minutes of racing as well. Once again, a big thank you to Sports Salt Lake, Sports Commission, the Larry H. Miller Cycling Club, Masters, Hangar 15 Bicycles, DNA Cycling, Cotton Stock for the live web stream, Hey Eric Real Estate, NV Wheels, and Canyon View. Canyon View Credit Union is at an expo area. They're giving away money for graves. Pretty good. Koch reeled back in now. A decision time.
This is great news for Shannon Koch. Got a little bit of help up the road. Gonna need some more, though. I don't know if 2 riders is enough this early on. 3 or 4 up there.
So that rider catching up is Ashley Beamert, who managed to get up there with Shannon Koch. Ride or die racing, Ashley Beamert. Brad, that's what Koch needed, though. Being by yourself is hard and fast to be able to stay away for that many laps. Having somebody come up there to be able to share that workload, that's going to be a big advantage. And maybe even if one more, if 3 riders can get together, they might have a better chance of being able to stay away. Two riders have been reeled back in, and again, the purple jerseys. Multiple riders, the advantage going to them as I believe they're sending a new rider up the road.
Great race so far. Super aggressive all over the front. Lots of attacks going. Seeing another one going right here. These riders not afraid to get aggressive today, and that's what makes a great bike race. We're going to ring the bell as they come through for another $500 cash. As Eric Slack bringing $500 cash. 500 cash on the line next time through, riders. 500 cash coming up. 500 cash on the line to the winner of the next Slack. Rider absolutely wins solo. All way. He puts that power into her shoulders, moving that upper body side to side. This is a big, big effort off the front here.
Yeah, coming through that start-finish line, when she heard the bell, you could immediately see the change in her position. She decided to be able to lock in. So she's locked in like a laser, trying to be able to get to the finish with $500 on the line. Looking pretty good right now. Legs are turning over. Here comes the field right behind as they're getting ready to be able to head towards turn number 4. One of the advantages of riding near the front is you can react to the situation, go off the front or follow a wheel, sitting in and doing nothing. You get caught when the bell is rung. Larry H. Miller giving a ton of free money for our day number 1 ACC race. Oh, they're coming for a little glance over the shoulder, and it's coming down. It's going to be close. Oh, she just makes it. A great job. Sam Clark, your winner of the Sunny King Criterium, picking up $500 by an inch. That was Virginia Blue Ridge 2028, coming like a freight train, but just coming up short. Samantha Clark recently just getting married. Joining Kingdom Elite Cycling Team in the purple jerseys for the race we had last month. It was a final race of the USA Crit Series, which was in Winston-Salem. That's when she joined that Kingdom Elite Cycling Team. Very strong rider, as you can see, picking up that $500. Now it just has to be able to recover, has to be able to get reeled back in, sit in the group and try to be able to catch your legs and do a little bit later on.
There's Kingdom Elite again. Once again, driving it off the front here. Two riders going to chase it. Once again, early makings of a breakaway here. If these riders can link up together again, 100 shot, but otherwise we're going to have to sprint against Kendall Ryan. So they're loving the racing out here today. They're being super aggressive. Plenty of effort to get away. More importantly, they're working together to stay away. That's the hardest part.
Big opportunity here now with 4 riders, 3 more trying to go across the gap. This is what I like to be able to see. Have a little bit more opportunity to be able to share that workload, be able to keep that high speed in order to be able to stay away. Look at the speed coming from behind as the 3 riders latch up. I think this is going to end up being a lead group of 7 right now. A lot of coasting going on, a lot of looking over the shoulder. And these riders, they're looking behind them more than they're looking forward. That was a perfect opportunity where we could have had a 4-rider breakaway. And I think the right team.
Oh, look at you see how the field is also strung out here. Single that took that breakaway very serious. They work to chase it down. Now, we're playing some games up the road, but they are hyper focused on anyone getting away here. Making for some riders trying to get away.
Kingdom Elite again with the purple jerseys. Riders constantly attacking. I think that was Heidi Praderis once again trying to be able to go up the road. And now it's pretty easy, though. If you're sitting in the group and you've seen what's been happening, you can just wait and react to wait for one of those purple jerseys. You know what purple jersey is going to go. They've kind of set a precedent of how this is working in this bike race right now. And so you can sit in, you can just wait, try to be able to go after one of the purple jerseys of Kingdom Elite, and then see what happens after that. Once again, as a reminder, part of the American Criterium Cup is our mid-race sprint. That's going to be our sprint jersey that'll be taking place. So currently, right now, Grace Arlinson has that sprint jersey, but she races for Automatic Racing, and she is not here. Caught that, managed to be able to get that in a breakaway on the first day of Tulsa, the Blue Dome Criterium, but she's not here. So we could have a new leader in our sprint competition, depending on what happens here. That'll come into our mid-race point. Big race right here. Look at these breakaway riders. Cheer them on.
Yeah, the big story here is going to be how quickly can they get on the same page and how well can those two work together. They have opened a massive gap in just a few laps here, and now it's going to be up to Virginia's Blue Ridge 2028 to do the chasing here. Olivia Cummins taking up the chasing responsibility out of Colorado for the VBR squad. But look how quickly the exchanges are happening from that great drone shot up above. You can really see how well those two are working together. This, again, another threat. I know I've said that a lot about a lot of these moves, but it takes the right combination, the right timing, the right riders. These two, this time in the race, this one could roll. Two leaders staying away. Gap holding, not growing, not shrinking, which in the world of breakaways is pretty good. Make a little noise for your breakaway coming through right here. They are trying to do this on their own. Heidi Prederis in the purple jersey driving it as they came through here for that Kingdom Elite squad. A lot of confusion back in the field. Look at these riders spread out all over the road. Not a good sign here. That looks like things already starting to fall apart. A lot of riders are falling victim to the heat and tempo. That's going to leave Heidi Prederis alone on the front. Oh, you want to talk about an unenviable situation? This is it right here. Heidi Prederis getting left out to dry as her breakaway companion implodes in spectacular fashion, and now Prederis all alone.
Heidi Prederis, that rider from Cuba. So Summer Nordmeyer, only 20 years old, the Australian, getting reeled back in from the group. So for the main field, this is a good thing because now it's one rider out there. So that's going to be a much more difficult situation for one rider to try to be able to stay away the whole time. Ariel Verhaeren leading them through right there. Very strong sprinter, former pro BMX rider, former Olympian in BMX as well, riding in the orange jersey for Automatic Racing. She's going to be a rider for the sprint a little bit later on. She's just riding on the front to just make sure she's in a pretty good position. But right now, Kingdom Elite with the advantage is they have one rider up the road, and that's Heidi Prederis.
Pradera certainly not giving up on this one. She is going to hammer head down here. And really, her fate is in the hands of these riders right here. It's going to be up to this main field whether or not Heidi Praderas gets away and stays away here. I think the only chance that Heidi's going to have is if she laps this field soon. She does not get back into this group. This is a big ask for a solo rider. The good news for Heidi is that the wind has started dying down. The bad news is it's about 130 degrees out here. All right, that might be a little exaggeration. I'm from Ohio, so we don't do temperatures like this.
Heidi, I'm going to give you a 45-second gap. 45-second gap. Of course, that's a guesstimate. Waiting for her. No one's chasing in the main group, so Heidi, he's already gone around turn number 1, and the main group just coming around turn number 6. 7/10 of a mile around, and Heidi Praderas right now with a 1 full straightaway lead. No interest right now. Spread out white line to white line. The blue jerseys are waiting. The purple jerseys are waiting. The one thing to keep in mind for Kendall Ryan, your overall leader of the American Criterium Cup. If one rider escapes and goes up the road and actually wins the bike race, that is not going to affect Kendall Ryan because that's only like 3 points that's being taken away from her. For Kendall Ryan, she can sit in it. She needs to get second, third, fourth. That's what she needs to keep her eye on. What Kendall doesn't want to let do is another 5 riders go up the road. One rider doesn't really affect Kendall Ryan very much. She needs to keep in mind watching the other riders if they get into a breakaway. Ringing a bell. It's going to be a mid-race points. Mid-race points. 3 places deep. Also cash available, 300, 200, and 100. So Heidi's going to be able to pick up that $300. Mid-race point sprint. Point sprint, point sprint. 2 places of cash, 200 and 100. 200 and 100. Talking about Grace Arlenson. Remember, she won in Tulsa. Automatic Racing, the orange jersey. She's your current overall sprint leaders jersey, but not here. So she's going to lose that. And a big attack immediately. Trying to be able to pick up that money. Once again, 300, 200, 100. 3 places deep, and points are what these riders are going after. Picking up maximum points and $300 in her pocket. Heidi Praderas, Elite Racing Team. Gaps come down. Remember, she had gone around turn number 1, and they were coming around the final turn. She's at the start-finish line, and they are already coming around. 2 places available for the sprint. Also, 200 and 100 up for grabs. Third place, Eleanor Roberts. picking up $100, and second place is going to go to Sam Quiano from Ride or Die Racing. Ride or Die Racing with a pretty full team here. That team out of Utah. So I would say Pradaris lost probably about 10 seconds that last lap as they were fighting for those points and fighting for the cash. Now if the main field sets up a perfect opportunity for Heidi Pradaris to extend that lead. Remember, that camera angle doesn't really do it justice. Sometimes it distorts that perception. And look at all the coasting. Look how they're swinging wide. Nobody coming to the front. This is advantage Pradaris.
See that lead rider looking over the shoulder, looking for some help. Get someone else to do some work up there. Maybe he's not feeling great. But either way, I'm not seeing a concerted effort from the main field here.
Look at her tucking in, getting narrow, head down, elbows in. 840 is when they came by right now, trying to be able to keep track of that time. 11 seconds, riders, 11 seconds. That's the gap. Heidi Pradaris now. Man, 2 laps ago, she had about a 45-second lead. It is now down to only 11 seconds as the Cuban rider trying to be able to stay off the front. One thing to watch out for as the riders come back around is, oh, you have the purple jersey of Heidi Pradaris off the front. Watch the main group. Look for other purple jerseys that are in the chase group that are riding near the front, maybe coasting a little bit longer, maybe not putting in too much of an effort, soft pedaling, as they say. They're trying to slow things down because they want to give their best chance to their teammates to be able to stay away and possibly win this bike race.
Heidi Pradaris starting to feel it. I think this will probably be for her. She grabs the water and go back into the field. We'll hit the reset button here just before 40 minutes to go. And with that, we're going to put the lap counter up. Showing 17 laps to go here. We are counting laps. Showing 17 laps to go. As things come back together, this group going to try and relax. Frankie, the evil genius up here on stage, has another idea. We're going to ring the bell for a $1,000 cash free. Attention, riders, $1,000, $1,000 cash free. $1,000 free, $1,000 cash on the line next time through.
A lot of ears perked up when that $1,000 was rung. A lot of riders sitting in the main group looking at each other. They're waiting for somebody else to be able to do the chasing. So big advantage for anybody who attacked right away. You can see right now a drag race going on. Oh, how much effort do you put in trying to be able to stay away, or do you sit up and try to be able to wait for a sprint? Remember, not everybody has fast twitch muscles. Not everybody is a sprinter. They got to go from a long ways out. That's what these riders are thinking about.
That's exactly what they're going to do here. Look at the long-range effort. There is a great line right there. That is the difference. Who's here to sprint for cash and who just doesn't have it in the legs. But looks like the early effort going to pay off here as Pounce tries to cover.
Coming around turn number 5 and risking it all. Pedaling around turn number 6. Here they come, $1,000 on the line.
That'll be Kingdom Elite. That's how it's done right there. $1,000 richer for Samantha Clark.
Second preem that she has picked up. She's
Oh,
figured it out.
Look what happened at the back of the race, though. Big lap that time through. Ton of riders coming off the back on that one. just could not respond to that tempo as $1,000 on the line goes up. And now there's some riders in trouble at the back. So if this effort keeps up, they're about to split about a half dozen riders off the back of this bike race.
Now I'm wondering the big question, does Samantha Clark continue to be able to go off the front, try to be able to ride solo, or does she sit up, get reabsorbed? She's a pretty good sprinter. Not Kendall Ryan fast, but definitely fast enough to win a lot of big races. Down in Georgia, I think with the collegiate racing team, won all of the early collegiate races that she was participating in leading up towards the Sonny King race. And then at Sonny King, she also took victory down there. That was a race in Anniston, Alabama, one of the very first USA Crit races. But now that high speed, that last lap kicked off about 5 riders straight out the back of the group. And now the pressure continues. I think there's going to be Eileen Seitz from Butcherbox, the rider out of Switzerland, starting to be able to keep the pace going.
Another attempt to try to split it here. 15 laps on the counter. And if she can get away, it's doable. She's going to need some help. She's going to need some cooperation. And now Kendall Ryan is going to put the hurt on this field in the Stars and Stripes jersey here. What Ryan is doing now is trying to make this race so fast that nobody can get away. If everybody has their accelerator hammered to the floor, well, there's no headroom to get away. So now Kendall Ryan taking matters into her own hands to make sure this one ends up in a field sprint today.
Yeah, the other thing that happens when you get down to the final, 15 laps is that fatigue starts to set in. All the riders that were doing the chasing earlier on, they're starting to get tired, and they don't do that anymore. That's when it becomes a little bit more dangerous. So sometimes the best defense is to be on the offense, and that's exactly what Kendall Ryan is thinking about. Wearing that Stars and Stripes jersey as a national champion, trying to be able to win here. Again, she is a previous winner of day one of the Salt Lake City Criterium. Orion Racing, Sarah Yeomans, just saw a glance of her sitting on the back of the group, struggling to be able to stay in contact. Got to be able to dig deep. They're going to sit up a little bit. Most of these riders are going to try to be able to catch their breath in just a little bit, trying to be able to save it for that final 5-lap rush, getting ready for the sprint. So maybe we're going to see them start to be able to spread out across the road, but the purple jerseys, like Kingdom Elite, they have another idea. On the attack again. Kingdom Elite loving their plan out here today. The one of the most aggressive teams we've seen.
Lap counter going to take us down to 14 laps to go as they come through this time. 14 to go on the counter here, getting down to it for the pro women.
So that rider counter-attacking was Jenna Nessman, Kingdom Elite, keeping the pace going. Jenna actually coming up to Kingdom Elite for the brand new rider on the just hired on the Canadian. She's coming over from the Goldman Sachs from that old. Jenna Nessman earlier this year coming off a second at Collegiate. Well, how quickly it turns from one rider into 3 into 5, and the whole field reacts to all of the attack. Coming around for number 6, the group is all together. They're going to be seeing 13 to go. Riders 13 laps to go. Lap cards are up. 13 laps to go. 13. Once again, a big thank you to Larry H. Miller Cycling Team. DNA Cycling, a big thank you. Hangar 15 Bicycles. Did you know what DNA Cycling handcrafted clothing in the northern region of Italy? Here at DNA, all of our designs are bespoke. People see that your vision comes to reality. You can find out more information about DNA Cycling, not only with their road cycling kits, mountain cycling, casual wear as wear. It's all with DNA. Wide open course right here. That's an advantage to many of these riders. Not a very technical course. You just got to be able to stay on the wheel. With the less wind as well, it's a lot easier to be able to sit in. So very conducive for the group staying together. Earlier today, winds gusting at about 25 miles an hour really ripped the race apart. But wide roads makes it very easy. No brakes for the first 4 corners. Only turn number 5 where things tend to be able to narrow and get a little bit difficult. Team Sound Pony, that's Ava Hackman on the front right now. Rider coming out of Colorado, making the trip to Utah.
More attacks coming on the front here.
We're going to be seeing 12, 11 laps to go. Got to give credit to Kingdom Elite, though. They have been trying. They know they can race. Speed. They got a lot of strong riders, and it's been nonstop of them trying to do attacks. So let's see if they can keep up with Kingdom Elite attacking once again. How about a $500 preem? Winner of the lap, $500 preem. $500 preem.
Shannon Cope, Kendall Ryan, all the heavy hitters up on the front here at 11 laps to go on the counter.
Started with just under about 40 riders in the race, now down to maybe 20. The heat taking its toll, the speed taking its toll. Lots of different attacking from many different riders. And once again, the purple jerseys, the Kingdom Elite, really trying to be able to rip this race apart. But so far, it has not been able to happen. It's all together. And when our riders come around, they're getting ready to see 10 laps to go and $500, whoever crosses the finish line first. $500 on the line. She's going to keep going. That's what she's been doing. Heidi Praderis. Look at her tucking in. Got a little bit of a lead. So number 16 picking up another. No, actually, that is her first cream. She picked up the point. That's something we're going to have to be able to check also, the American Criterium Cup. Overall points, where was Heidi Praderis in that point competition? Riders seeing 9 laps to go, 9 to go. Heidi just riding at about an 80% effort right now, trying to be able to come through. The purple jersey still with the advantage because they have one rider up the road. Coming here all by herself, Eleanor Roberts from the Bikers cycling team. Find herself on the front. Right now, I told you, I'm a little bit off. I said with about 5 laps to go, they're going to catch their breath. They're going to be sideline, white line to white line, trying to be able to get ready for that final sprint. That's exactly what they're doing right now, catching their breath, getting ready for that final charge. See who's going to be able to win the 2025 Day 1 of the Utah Crips, as it is the second race of the American Criterium Cup. Rider on the front right now, not even trying to stay on the front. She just finds herself in that position. It's more that the riders in the back all don't want to chase. They don't want to take the lead. The purple jerseys, the Kingdom Elite, they should just all come to the front of that main field and just coast. Just continue to coast. Let this lead grow as big as it can. At one point before, she had a 45-second lead. It had all reeled back together, and now she's back with a 30-second lead. Riders 8 laps to go, 8 laps to go, 25-second lead, 25 seconds, 8 laps to go. As I was mentioning, the purple jerseys should be on the. I was just saying that because there's like 3 purple jerseys riding up the road and in the break, like 40-second lead. You don't ride in the back of the main group. You ride in the front of the group. Try to be able to. You show up presence. You show up power. It discourages other from attacking. Yet I saw Kingdom Elite riders sitting in the back of the group. I don't care how tired you are right now. You're white line to white. Very easy to move up and be able to have a chance to be able to win.
That would be my defense of Kingdom Elite, that they have so much work today. Little time off, but you're absolutely right. They need to get back to the front and get back in charge. Oh, there you go, Frankie. Right on cue. Kingdom Elite.
They were on the front last lap. It was a matter of the ones that were in the back. Maybe next time we'll get a rear. We'll see them when they come by. Where are the riders back? Are they purple jerseys in the back, or the purple jerseys all come up to the front? Cheer on Sandy. Come on. Look at this. Going solo with 7 laps to go. She's already been away for about 5 laps on her own. She's attacked about 3 other times. I mean, this is an incredible performance coming from Heidi Perderas.
Perdera's going to win this bike race if something doesn't change for the next 7 laps. Now, Kingdom Elite all over the front. They got this one right where they want it. So what Kingdom Elite is doing now is controlling the tempo of this field so that their rider, Heidi Perderas, up the road can get even more time away. It's called blocking. One of the best examples of teamwork in bike racing. So you're going to see the purple jersey of your solo leader. And I don't know if you saw it last time, but there were 4 purple jerseys stacked on the front. What you do is figure out the speed of your teammate up the road. Let's say she's doing 28 miles an hour. I'm going to go to the front of the main field and set the tempo at about 26 miles an hour. The math is easy. So that's what Kingdom Elite is trying to do now. You're starting to see other teams like Falcon, Virginia's Blue Ridge figure out what's going on here, but I don't know if they're going to have the legs or the numbers to take over what Kingdom Elite is doing here. They are solely in control of this race right now in the purple jersey. Front of the group, back through the line. Kingdom lose this time. No longer in charge.
Riders, 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go. 5 to go with one rider up the road with about a 25-second lead. Trying to get a little encouragement before the riders come by. Andrea here doesn't have to worry about it right now. She's sitting in 5th overall. She's in the front. Remember, your national champion, arguably the fastest rider for race. Will this be able to get herself on the podium? I'm not sure they're going to back our sole leader right now. There are teams that have enough riders in there to be able to commit to the front, to be able to chase big effort and a tall ask, especially when they come around seeing 4 laps to go. One thing to notice is the flag as the wind is picking up. It's completely opposite direction what it was all afternoon and this morning. The headwind used to be on the home stretch. Right now, the headwind seems to be on the back stretch. So that is completely opposite of what we had earlier on. Tailwind conditions on a sprint, that means you can come out of that final turn in first and have a good chance of holding everybody off. In the meantime, let's cheer on Heidi Prederis coming in with 4 laps to go.
Prederis looking good, but needs a little bit of help. Give her some love. Heidi Prederis 4 laps away from an incredible solo win. We're going to ring the bell for the field for 500 cash for the field. This will be a field premium, 500 cash for the field riders. Ring the bell for 500 for the field. Leader is not eligible for this one.
Yeah, ringing that money for the field cream. That means not the leader. The reason we do that is because if we ring a bell for $500, she's not going to sprint. There's no excitement. You're going to see a pretty good sprint from the main field, and that's why we're doing it like that. A lot of times when there's a break, even if there's 3 riders in the front, they don't sprint. They just split it. They all ride across the line, say, hey, we'll split the money later on. It's the most boring cream you'll ever see. We just ring the bell for 500, so we should see a good sprint coming from that chase group, the main field. In the meantime, we're getting ready to see 3 laps to go.
There's going to be a lot of riders in this field who say, you know what, I might as well just cut my losses, try and make $500 here and go home. If you're not feeling it in the legs right now and you're not super confident about being able to podium here, be first or second out of the field, go for the money here. It does not get better than $500. That's probably more than third place pays here. So, like, if you want to talk about dollar for dollar, take this premium, go all in on it. We call it a gambler's premium. No one remembers third place, but $500, you always remember that.
Well, you like that $500 premium? How about if we do it? What if you think we should do another one? Are you sure? 3 to go, Heidi. 3 to go. 3 to go.
Gap's coming down.
$500 premium once again. Field premium. Field leader. All field. $500. $500 winner of the lap. $500 winner of the lap.
And now Prederis starting to lose some time here as the field lights the afterburners for that money. Holy moly. Well, for those watching on the live stream at home, the crowd here in Sandy is going bonkers over these premiums. They are losing their minds over in VIP right now. Maggie is whipping them into an absolute frenzy.
Yeah. They got their Venmo out ready to send it over.
It just got really quiet over there.
Hey, more importantly, we just saw 3 laps to go. They're going to be coming around to see 2 laps to go, and I think it's been all reeled back together. Heidi Prederis, the Cuban rider, no longer has a lead. Back-to-back $500 premiums, once again coming from Larry H. Miller Cycling Club. Summer Nordmeyer, the Australian 20-year-old, won the first $500 premium. Who will win the second one?
Front of the group, back through, all together at 2 laps to go on the counter. Taking us down to 2 to go here. Somebody else trying to attack. Going to be Tess Edwards going now. Edwards going to try to do exactly what Heidi Prederis just did, only with a little better timing on this one.
Edwards is a rider that can keep going also for another 2 laps and stay away and win. Iniska Cycling Team, a very strong team. races mostly out of Europe. Tess Edwards does a lot of these 5-hour road races, coming here to be able to do a Tulsa Tough and here in Utah. Didn't want to be able to miss out on this fantastic event.
I would be deeply worried about Tess Edwards right here. You are talking about a long-range missile right now who has just rolled off the front. The most important thing here is that the field keeps up the chase. Unfortunately, there's no more cash that's going to be given out here. The next bell that they hear is going to be for one lap to go when they come back through the line. Field trying to get it together. Fout leading the chase. Will it be enough, though? They've still got Edwards in sight.
Riders all together right now going towards turn number 5. Tess Edwards picked up the preem. Here she is off the frontier ride. Come on, Sandy. It's going to be one lap to go.
Absolutely incredible ride for Tess Edwards right now as we take him down to the last lap of racing. One lap to go, Tess, down to one to go.
One to go, riders. One to go, one to go, one to go. One lap to go. One to go, one to go, one to go.
Kingdom Elite right behind him, lead the chase. That might be a second place ride here as the field rolls through all together. Tess Edwards, head down, all in, full gas for the next just under 1 kilometer, 0.8K on this course.
I think to bring back Tess Edwards, you're going to need a couple riders to sacrifice themselves to be able to go as hard as they can to be able to bring her back. Hopefully it's one.
Kendall Ryan going to cool down on course, taking a lap around. We are going to open the course to pro men and ask everyone to go ahead and take a lap. Riders, course is open. Go ahead and take a look, and we'll be back for staging in a little bit. Pro men, course is open. Staging is not. All right, here she is, Kendall Ryan, rolling back around. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome back your national champion, winner of day one of Utah Crits. Welcome the champ back to Sandy.
What an incredible race. Attacking. Here's your winner, Kendall Ryan, in the Stars and Stripes jersey. Kendall, you've won here before on day number one of the Utah Criterium. This race, though, very aggressive with all the Kingdom Elite riders. What do you think of the race course and what today?
Yeah, of course, really fast. I checked it out earlier today, but the wind did a total 180 on us, so we had a tailwind finish instead of a headwind. So I kind of had to think where I wanted to sit coming out of the last corner, and yeah, it kind of got dicey because of the last minute move by Tess Edwards. And then during the race, I tried not to do too much, but I lit one match just to see what would happen if the yo-yo would snap. But I stayed together the whole time. But yeah, I was stressing a little bit with the Kingdom Elite really strong today, and some strong attacks up the road that got a huge gap. So I was a little worried that being here by myself, I was like, oh man.
Flying solo. I have seen you win a ton of races and finish big sprints, but right now I can tell you're out of breath. You're feeling it a little bit. You can feel it in your throat. Tell me, how difficult is it coming to Utah and be able to like represent the Stars and Stripes jersey the way you just did?
Yeah, I mean, I've been racing in humidity, and today is so dry. I drank both my bottles, and yeah, the altitude's kind of kicking my ass too. But yeah, it's a fun course. I'm glad to be out here, and thanks everyone for cheering.
Your overall winner of the American Criterium Cup and your winner day number one here at our Utah Crits. This is Kendall Ryan. Moving on now to our rider introductions. As we're going to start off being able to introduce overall in the American Criterium Cup. At least he was on the bike ride. I don't see it. Just do it. Yeah.
All right, ready for our next race of the day. Pro Men up now. Let's start by introducing you to the defending American Criterium Cup champion. He sits second overall right now. We'll see if he can move up to the top spot. Welcome to the front row, your ACC defending champ, Jordan Potter.
Speaking of the American Criterium Cup, this next rider was your overall champion in 2023. Currently sitting fifth overall.
Riding for the Legion of Los Angeles, flying solo, Danny Summerhill.
There's Danny. We move next to the Parks Law Firm team. This Serbian has been on fire over the last few weeks, including a pair of top five last week in Tulsa. Welcome to the front row, riding for the Parks Law Firm team from Serbia, Dusan Kalaba.
The young 23-year-old riding for the Golden State Blazers, currently sitting 7th overall. He's a previous under 23 Criterium national champion. Coming off a win at Crybaby Hill, please welcome Brody McDonald.
We go next to an Olympian racing on the track and now moving to the Criterium circuit. He sits 9th place overall in the ACC. Out of Colombia, welcome Juan Arango.
Riding from Germany in the all-black jersey. No teammates be able to help him out, but it's not needed. Currently sitting 10th overall, Maurice Ballerstedt.
And finally, we will introduce a pair of reigning American national champions. Your under 23 and professional national champion riding on the same powerhouse team. They ride for the Caden Cyclery team. I'll start with your U23 champ. Say hello to Luke Betzer. And your reigning professional champ, riding out of Austin, Texas, it's the Cowboy, Lucas Bargoin. All right, we'll welcome the rest of the riders up to the line, give them final instructions, and then we're off and racing.
Good afternoon, riders. Welcome to the Sandy Promenade Criterium. You'll be racing for an hour and 10 minutes. Time will be counting up above on the truss, and laps to go will be on the left of that. 3 laps end with 7 laps to go. If you need to get to the wheel pit, you may cut the course, so please do not ride backward. Same thing with medical. Medical is in front of you to your left. Riders, be safe and have fun.
All right, final checks underway. Reminder, we are going directly to our pro women's podium after the start of our pro men here. And it looks like we are good to go. Riders, this will be your 10-second warning to race start. Sandy, can I get a little noise for our riders here? Gentlemen, you are underway in 3, 2, 1, let's go!
Pro women, like to be able to have you come over to the podium as we're 2 minutes out. 2 minutes out for our pro women's podium. Riley McMullen, head over to the podium, please. Riley McMullen.
All right, this is going to be a 1 minute warning to Pro Women's Podium, 60 seconds to our Pro Women's Podium.
Riders and fans, it is now time for our pro women's podium. Like to be able to start off on the day, as this was day number 1 of the Utah, finishing up in third, racing for Virginia Blue Ridge. Please welcome Riley McMullen. Riley McMullen with a bronze medal ride. What about a silver medal ride? Racing for Butcher Box, Aileen Sight. Bronze medal and a silver medal. And number 1 on the day, winning here. Please welcome, riding for the Legion of Los Angeles, Kendall Ryan. A celebration of 3 great sprinters with McMullen, Seitz, and Ryan finishing up your top 3 here on day number 1 of the Utah Crit. Moving on, I'd like to be able to introduce your overall for the American Criterium Cup, increasing her lead after a win on day number 1, or on the ACC number 1, and your win on ACC number 2. Picking up 80 points. Your American Criterium Cup overall leader, Kendall Ryan. Final piece to the puzzle, zipping up the jersey, the red jersey signifying your overall American Criterium Cup leader. Looking around, Heidi Prederis, where are you? Kingdom Elite, are you guys around? Heidi. Well, not here, but I'm going to recognize Heidi Prederis with staying away, picking up the mid-race point sprint. We're going to be able to pick up Heidi Prederis as your Kingdom Elite sprint leader in the American Criterium Cup. Once again, focusing back on the podium. Like to be able to bring up, picking up the win here, which will put her in overall lead for the sprint jersey, the American Criterium Cup. Please welcome Heidi Prederis. Heidi picking up the last victory in our sprint competition, putting on the green jersey. Perhaps messing up the zipper a little bit. Doesn't really matter. Congratulations once again. The green jersey on your shoulders. The leader now in the American Criterium Cup. Heidi Prederis in our sprint competition. Riders, we're going to ring the bell. It's going to be a $500 preem. Winner of the lap, $500 preem. Winner of the lap. $500 preem. Winner of the lap. Winner of the lap.
Well, taking a look out on course, Promenade underway, and Danny Summerhill taking to it. Now, I want you to take a look at this guy on the front. I believe it's his left wrist, which fractured to go at the National Championships down in West Virginia. The guy has been racing on the fractured wrist. He's got it all wrapped up. He's basically just piling on like candy over the last 3 weeks. Determined to race, determined to come out here. It is not fun to race with an injured wrist, is it, Frankie? By the way, this is Frankie Andreu up here, who finished the Tour de France 9 times. That's 9 more times than me. So Frankie knows a little something about what it's like to race his bike.
Yeah, racing injured is never fun, being able to pull up on the handlebars. Dusan Kalaba picking up that money right there as he coasts across the line. $500 going into his pocket, the rider from Serbia. But the way the pavement is, the jarring of the pavement, rattling on the wrist, being able to pull up on the handlebars, and you have to be able to sprint, very, very challenging, and that's what Danny Summerhill has been dealing with the last 6 races. Once again, a big thank you to Cotton Socks, bringing our live web stream for the pro women and the pro men. Broadway Media, a big part of being able to bring this here. To Mulder and Hill Design, DNA Cycling, Hangar 15 Bicycles, Canyon View Credit Union, thank you for your partnership as well. And of course, our title sponsorship of the Larry H. Miller Cycling Club.
A little bit of looking around on the front as they try and figure out who's going to take over next. See some riders pulling off, see some riders moving forward. I see Jack Shukra of the Empire Cycling Team. Be one of your local Utah squads. Guys in the pink jerseys up on the front. They got some of the coolest jerseys out there and some of the coolest riders as well.
One thing to keep in mind is that our top 4 riders in our American Criterium Cup did not make the trip to Utah. 5th place overall, Danny Summerhill is here. And the reason he's here is because he believes he can win the American Criterium Cup the overall the same way he did in 2023. He's back to be able to go in revenge. One thing to keep in mind, though, he's by himself. He has no teammates. Legion of Los Angeles, he's all by himself in this. So a lot of times, very difficult going up against squads that have 5 or 6 riders. But Summerhill, that's why he's attacking very early on. He was the first one to try to get that breakaway to go. He was able to win from a group of 5. That's who I was talking about right here, remember? Danny Summerhill on the attack, wants to be able to win from a smaller group, doesn't want to be able to wait around. Ian Williams, on his wheel in that jersey at Empire Cycling. Ian comes out of Montana. Empire Cycling, a team out of Utah. And Danny Summerhill coming out of Colorado, again, on the attack. Light gray jersey of Danny Summerhill. Keep an eye on him as he's going to continue to be able to push the pace. Danny Summerhill, we talked about 2023 being a good year for him. He also won day number 1 of the Salt Lake City Criteriums, beating Alfredo Rodriguez. Summerhill picking up that win. Alfredo Rodriguez came back and won in 2024. Ty Magner winning in 2022. Tyler Williams winning in 2021. And, of course, the king of sprinting back in 2019, Justin Williams, picking up the win as well. When Legion was dominant here for about 3 years in a row, until Rainstorm decided to be able to take over one of the most dominant teams last year. That team folding, and so many of those riders that are on that team scrambling the different squads to be able to have a ride for 2025. Jade Rode in the red jersey on the far right-hand side, trying to decide what he wants to be able to do. Big group going up the road. Different riders starting to be able to respond and go across the gap. Will it all come back together?
Marley, I have a spare free mount that's 100% if Ben wants to come pick it up.
Guys, we're going to do another preem, $500. $500 preem to the winner of the lap. $500 to the winner of the lap. $500 preem to the winner of the lap. Got to catch the leaders. $500. $500. 500. Look how it's strung out. That was a hot. Look how it's strung out in one long line. Still haven't been able to bring back the leaders, but they definitely brought back about 5 seconds of that gap. I think with this money on the line, we have a good chance of it all coming back together. Once again, as a reminder, on Blue Dome Criterium, which was race number 1 in the American Criterium Cup, the German rider Dario Raps picked that up. So that German team going off to New York, because they are flying home on Monday, decided to be able to go to New York and race the Harlem Criterium. Then they're flying home right after that. They're not here. Gordon Parr with the bike horse cycling team, a Colombian rider, picked up second, and it was Ollie Wood and Matt Bostic. And then Danny Summerhill. Dusan Calabas seems to be getting better and better as well. Brody McDonald, also the young up-and-comer, super talented 23-year-old, is Luke Fetzer now on the attack. Luke Fetzer recently winning the under-23 national championships. Now, he's as strong as he is fast, and he just put $500 in his pocket. I got to take a look, try to be able to figure out where Miguel Hernandez is, number 73 on Waldo Racing. Really young kid, strong rider coming out of Florida. Kind of an up-and-comer, really venturing into some of these bigger races for the very first time. So you can imagine the nerves and the butterflies in the stomach when you're trying to be able to go against some of the top racers from the nation. Many of the top riders from all around the nation and a very international field. You heard some of the riders that we heard about coming on here today. Number one, the Utah Crits. There's Sandy Promenade race, 7/10 around. First four corners, definitely no brakes. Super wide course. Got to be able to just watch these guys fly around this. And it's turn number 5 6 where it gets narrow. Wind completely changing directions than what it was earlier. Now almost negligible. No wind. Earlier was 25-mile-an-hour headwind. Now this is going to the advantage of the breakaway as Fetzer continues to be able to push the pace. Time gap is 10 seconds. Fetzer continues to be able to push the pace. He goes around turn number 5. 10 seconds behind him will be the rest of the riders diving in towards turn number 5. They call him the California King. Come on, cheer him on. Look at him getting narrow, tucking in, trying to be able to get, saving as many watts as possible. Tucking in the elbows, tucking down the head. Trying to be able to cut through the wind, coming through here at about 30 miles an hour. Couple chasers right now, a nice move by them. Mouth open, trying to be able to get up to those guys. That's going to be, I'm not sure I read that number right, so I'm going to wait to confirm who that rider was in second position, trying to be able to catch back up to our leader.
I think it's going to be one of our Empire riders. Andrew Frank would be the guess here.
I like that better than the name I was about to read. Didn't make sense. Well, Brad, this would be good for Fetzer if two guys caught up to him.
Oh, for sure.
And kept that 10-second gap, right? I mean, that's not a bad thing to get caught by a couple other riders.
If they're willing to work with Luke Fetzer. That's the million-dollar question, and that is getting harder and harder as Luke Fetzer wins more and more bike races. You do not want to take a guy to the line who could beat you here. So I wouldn't be surprised. In fact, this might be it right here. I was going to say I wouldn't be surprised to see these guys pull the plug once they get up to Fetzer, and that's what's happening here as it looks like Andrew Frank going the wrong way now. Fetzer back on his own. This guy is unstoppable.
Clock is showing 22:45. Let's see how big that gap is right now. Luke Fetzer putting in a great ride as Andrew Frank right now trying to be able to bring him back. Gap is 15 seconds. 15 seconds. 2 riders up the road. 15 seconds is the gap.
Boy, Andrew Frank just fell apart like the wheels I bought on Temu. Bad call.
Last lap time gap was about 15 seconds. Andrew Frank is still stuck in no man's land. And then we have Luke Fetzer out on the front right now, coming up on 24 minutes of racing. Everything's delayed right now. It's in pause mode. I'll explain a little bit more once they go by. That's your under 23 national champion on the roll. Normally he is a worker for his teammate, always riding on the front and chasing things, trying to be able to set up his teammate, Lucas Bourgogne. Pink jersey right now has got to decide what he wants to do because the whole is right behind him. 15 seconds is the gap. 15 seconds is the gap.
As they say, heavy is the head that wears the crown. Heavy is the back that wears the jersey for Luke Fetzer. Guy's got a big old bullseye on his back with those stars and stripes, and I think that is going to be the end of his solo breakaway attempt here.
Well, I was talking about how everything's kind of on pause mode because we got one rider off the front. I had one rider in the middle, and then I had the main field. So I haven't been able to ring a bell to be able to give a preem for $500 because it's got all these individuals kind of separated out. I need it to kind of bunch back up together. Then I can give away a $500 preem. That's what I'm waiting for right now to be able to see what's going to happen. And Luke Fetzer off by himself, that's not a problem. I can let the leader go by, and then I can ring it for the field. But I need it to be a little bit packed together, at least connected a little bit.
Frankie, the YouTube chat is taking bets on whether Luke Fetzer is going to make it away. You want to get in on this?
I don't want to jinx it, though.
I do.
Yeah. I think it's long. I think it's 35-minute. I mean, we're not even halfway through it. That's a lot of racing still to go. Brian Gomez in that purple jersey now on the front. Here comes Danny Summerhill as well. That's the other part. I just rattled off 2 powerful riders, right? Brian Gomez, Danny Summerhill. That's just 2 that I mentioned. There's another 2 or 3 that are sitting in, waiting to be able to go. So I think for Fetzer, he needs some help. He can't do it by himself. He's going to need. If Gomez could come up to him, then maybe I'd say they'd have a fighting chance.
I mean, the money line is on no chance right now, but Vegas is giving it 37-1 right now. Wow. Well, under pressure, diamonds are made. I don't know if they're made under 37-1 pressure, but we'll see. This may not be the last that you see of Fetzer. Let me refer you back to Heidi Prederis, who launched a second solo attack late in the pro women's race. Fetzer can absolutely do the same. So even if he is caught, that won't be the last that you see of Luke Fetzer. He'll probably go back to teammate mode and work for Lucas Bourgogne in the final sprint here. But this is win-win for Cadence because either Fetzer stays away or Lucas Bourgogne gets a shot at doing what he does best, sprinting out of the field here. So there's really no bad situation for Cadence. We're going to ring the bell for 500 cash. This will go full race if Luke can stay away. 500 cash on the line, full race, 500 away, full race, 500 cash.
Well, that was weird because that was Richard Holek just went by in that black jersey. Richard Holick in all the races we've been announcing before has been racing for Cadence Cyclery. He's been on the team of Luke Fischer and Lucas Burgoyne. How do you switch jersey color?
I think they're rocking the away jerseys now.
How are you supposed to keep track who the heck is, like, if someone's attacking what team you're on when you got 4 different guys and 4 different colored jerseys? Oh, it's confusing me. I can imagine it confusing anybody else, but that's Richard Holick, who's in the black jersey going across the gap. More importantly, $500 on the line, whoever crosses the line first. That's what we're talking about.
$500 cash on the line here to the first guy across. Looks like 4 away. Little bit of a gap behind, but they can still make it up.
Danny Summerhill tail gunning on there. Brian Gomez is in there as well.
Wow, this is a powerful break. Let's see if they sprint for it or if they're going to try and stay away. These guys want the money. 2 going to go to the line. Holick and Summerhill in a photo finish, and I think Holick held on.
No, unofficially, Summerhill picks it up. 62. No, 62 is Holick. Richard Holick picking up that win right there. Danny Summerhill waiting a little bit too long to be able to come around. So again, Holick is on the same team as Luke Fetzer, the guys in the Stars and Stripes jersey, just wearing a different jersey than what they normally would wear. So that's what I was talking about. This is a good combo to be able to be with. So unofficially trying to be able to look across the road, and Fetzer has been reeled back in. Now we got a group of about 10 separating themselves, a group of 4. I don't know what happened that last lap. That sprint has just ripped apart the field. This is a no-break race. It's a super fast Criterium because the roads are so wide, and so that high speed, that's going to take its toll on many of these riders that are out there. Brody McDonald, that young 23-year-old on the front, sitting right behind him is going to be Nolan Church, a very good, talented rider from Above and Beyond Cancer. It seems like the strongest riders have made their way up to the front. Danger, 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 Will Robinson.
Another group away, but that's too big, so they're going to try and split it again. Magic numbers between, I think, 3 to 5 riders. Any more than that, there's going to be just too many guys organized here. So you do see a big group going away, but that is too many guys to get all on the same page. We're trying to organize a bachelor party, but there is no way you're going to get all these guys doing the same thing at once. Solo move away. Connor Malherbe taking a look, a legend in the sport at 37 years old out of Colorado for the Cliff Family Drifters team.
Cliff Family Foundation with Connor Muller. He's been around for a very long time. think I saw Alejandro Che second at the national championships recently. Super good sprinter, young rider coming out of California. Riders are now making their way down the backstretch, getting ready towards turn number 5.
Making our last call for alcohol. We are 20 minutes away from shutting down the beer garden, so good time to head over there and get the last 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Beer garden open for another 20 minutes. Shutting it down at 7:45 today.
Mid-race point sprint, mid-race point sprint. ACC mid-race points. ACC mid-race points, mid-race points, mid-race points. 3 places deep, 300, 200, 100. Money on the line. Nolan Church went from the front to the back. That's on purpose. Rider in that green jersey sitting on the back, very fast, very good Criterium rider, sitting very comfortable. Nothing to worry about for him. What he has to worry about are the riders in front of him that are pegged. There's about 6 riders out there eating their stems, trying to be able to hang on for dear life. 3 places deep, 300, 200, 100 for out the ACC jersey. Connor Mullerby not really concerned about the points, but definitely would like to be able to $300 cash. Oh, he's trying to be able to pace it. He's trying to be able to time it out perfectly, but has he? Danny Summerhill already starting to sprint out of that final turn. Danny Summerhill wants the points and the money.
Going to be a close one. Here comes Malherbe. He's going to get jumped. Summerhill's going to get boxed out, and Owen Gillett going to get there first on the left side for the Cheney Windows and Doors team.
Yeah, Brody McDonald on the other side as Summerhill back right down in the middle. So a nice sprint by Owen Gillett, picking up that $300. Once again, a big thank you to DNA Cycling, partners of our USA Utah Criterium. It's day number 1. Remember, tomorrow's day number 2 is we're going to be going to America First Field. We're going to be returning there. It's going to be the second year going to America First Field. And this is a brand new course on day number 1 of the Utah Crit.
I'm watching the replay of that sprint right now. You can see Gillett with the bike throw off to the side. They're taking these seriously here in Sandy. Now, I think that's going to be enough to move Summerhill into the sprint jersey there. He's going to pick up some points. More importantly, he's been consistent. He got points at Tulsa last week. He's going to add more points this week. So that should be enough to put him into the jersey. More attacks rolling off the front. They're going to get a little split here. 5 guys going clear. Not by much, but enough to call it a split. Empire trying to figure out what to do about it on the front. It looks like Eddie Huntsman to me, the red jersey of Butcher Box. Owen Gillett also there, winner of that last sprint. And we'll take inventory of the rest of the guys as they make their way through.
Guys, we're going to do $1,000 sprint. Preem, $1,000, $1,000 Preem. Winner of the lap, $1,000, $1,000 to the winner of the lap. Once again, a big thank you to Larry H. Miller Cycling Club. $1,000 on the line. What color jersey is going to win the money? What do you think? White jersey. All right, we're going to figure out if a white jersey is going to be able to pick up $1,000. Once again, a big thank you. Larry H. Miller Cycling Club donating all of our pre money for our pro women and our pro men.
Those guys going to give up their chances of a breakaway here. This is all about the money now. 1,000 cash on the line. I see a purple jersey of Kingdom Elite.
I'm curious about who's going to be able to win the money, but also who is going to be able to continue and counterattack right after that. Yep, Kingdom Elite in line right there. Looks like, is Burgon had moved up, or is that Fetzer in the third position? That's Lucas Burgon, your national champion.
Oh, he wants
coming
this
out
money.
of the turn and starting the guns right away.
Watch for the stars and stripes. Here comes Burgoyne up the right side. Not going to get there. And that'll stay clear for Ama Insect. Up right up the inside for me. I missed him. But Ama dominating that sprint. $1,000 richer. Big money for Ama.
Pretty impressive to see the Ama Insect still with the speed. Burgoyne was going for it, and Insect just came right around him. Ama dove into that corner again. Wide corners don't really need to be able to touch the brakes. To be able to have full momentum. And Ama Insect decided he was going to be able to risk it all to be able to get that $1,000. Lucas Burgoyne sitting up almost immediately as that gray jersey of Insect picked that up. Big high-speed sprint, and nobody's going to be able to counterattack. I'm surprised by that. That's an opportunity where normally riders could be able to attack right after a big effort if they were sitting on. Brian Gomez, a Colombian rider, likes to be able to do that. That looks actually like him coming out of that turn. Danny Summerhill, another rider who likes to be able to respond to those kind of situations. Looking across the road, waiting for somebody else to be able to do the work, and nobody's up for it. Gentlemen, 19 laps. Lap cards are up. 19 to go. 19 to go. Lap cards are up. 19 laps to go.
More action, more splits up on the front. Got to see another small group come across on the other side of the promenade now. That has been the story all day today. Small breakaways, getting small gaps, but no one's really been able to establish anything big.
Counterattack coming a little bit after Fetzer and where am I going blank?
Eddie
Eddie
Huntsman.
Huntsman. Man, I went blank on that one. Eddie Huntsman, multi-time national champion on the track. That rider in the red jersey trying to be able to go across that gap. You don't want him in a move with you because he is fast. Fetzer is fast as well. Everybody here, all these Criterium riders, really with fast twitch muscles, they're extremely fast. So you got to remember, there's some riders in here that don't have that speed, and they want to be able to break this race apart, and that's what's happening right now. Riders are attacking, trying to be able to go from a long ways out. They want to be able to get rid of the sprinters. They want to give themselves an opportunity to be able to win this bike race. 5 riders looking around at each other more than pedaling on the front, and now it's close to coming all back together. A lot of racing still to go, as well as 18 laps to go. When they come by, it's going to be 17 laps to go. Rider 17 to go, 17 to go. Matt Stevens pulling off the front, looking over his shoulder, seeing who's going to be able to come by. Ultra endurance rider Stevens. Danny Summerhill looks like he's in the pit with some sort of problem.
Another big gap opening. In fact, I'm going to call this 2 gaps because now the front group is gapping itself with 3 guys.
Yeah, and it's almost 15 riders. I mean, that is a massive group of riders. Many teams are going to be represented up there. What you got to be careful is who's going to be left to be able to chase. Big group coming in, Sandy. Cheer them on. Look at this. What a breakaway chance for these opportunities. Maurice Ballestad, former World Tour rider on the front in the black jersey, looking over his shoulder, posting. Michael Watkins making it into that group as well. And there's the gap as the chase starts to be able to go on. Summerhill comes out of the pit, so he's going to re-enter into the race. Riders 15 to go, 15 to go. Now we got an opportunity with one rider going up the road, Ian Williams, Empire Cycling. Fetzer going across the gap. Look at him spread out across the road. Nobody knows what to do right now. 15 laps to go, riders. 15. So on the front, Ian Williams, Empire Cycling. He was in a break a little bit earlier today. 23 years old out of Montana, finally hooked up. Fetzer has joined into there. Gomez. Now this is a powerful group. Alarm bell's got to be going off. Who's going to be chasing him down? That's the big question. Waldo, no. Number 72 on the front right now. John Frey from Waldo Racing. It was Waldo Racing. I'm an insect sitting on the back right now. $1,000 in his pocket, not given a concern as he's going to sit in and gamble. But riders will sit in and do absolutely nothing. They will risk everything, save as much energy the entire time to be able to save it for the final 200 meters. All they can do is sprint faster than everybody else. Ama Insek is one of those type of riders. He will sit in, never get in a breakaway, never go up the road. But when it comes down to sprinting, he's like Usain Bolt. He's almost unbeatable.
Well, now a bunch of riders liking what they see up the road. They're going to try and go join these guys. This is really good timing in the race here. They're going to see 13 laps to go on the counter. And that is just enough time that this group can do it.
This will be a tough group to be able to come bring back. Brian Gomez out of Colombia, one of the super strong riders. Empire Cycling strong. Fetzer strong. Look at the size of those three guys. They are not ones you want to mess around with in a Criterium. They are all about watts. If it goes uphill, count them out. They can't climb a mountain to save their life. But who cares? This is a Criterium. This is what they're a specialist at. This is what they can do, and they're almost untouchable and unbeatable.
I wasn't sure if that was going to work. Never tried it.
Oh, look at the games that are played on the backstretch. Two of the well-known riders, Gomez and Fetzer, watching each other, letting the other rider ride away. And it's all going to come back together in a moment. 23-year-old Ian Williams. You know what? I think I'm going to try to reward him for his effort. Let me see what the gap is. We're going to do it. $500 to the winner of the lap. $500 to the winner of the lap. Ian Williams trying to be able to hold $500 for the winner of the lap. 500, 500, 500. Ian Williams started the breakaway. He's going to be able to finish up the breakaway. $500. If Ian Williams can stay away, he can pick up that money. How much interest is going to come from that main field as well? Cash on the line. Once again from Larry H. Miller. Bad news for Williams as he's been reeled back in. Good news for whoever caught him. Going to be a rider from Waldo Racing. Rest of the field doesn't look interested. $500 did not pique their interest. Two riders, I believe, are going to be staying away down the backstretch. Going in towards turn number 5. Oh, my goodness. Look at this guy going across the gap. He waited way too long to try to be able to bridge that gap. We got a guy flying Mach 10 into turn number 5. But these two riders are going to battle it out. $500 up for grabs. $500 up for grabs. Waldo Racing picking that up. Congratulations, rest of the riders coming through. 11 laps to go. 11 to go. Justin Boldy from Waldo Racing, the Watt Zone, picking up that money. Some of these riders coming out of Miami area. Waldo Racing, a team out of Florida, out of Naples, Florida, find themselves in the breakaway right now. I would be upset if I was Ian Williams. I mean, Justin Bold just went around him, flicked him for the $500, and now they're in the breakaway together trying to be able to work together. I don't think that would be very much cooperation.
As they say, we're here to win bike races, not to make friends. There are a lot of frustrating scenarios in a race like this, including your breakaway companions doing a little backstabbing. Leader's going to see 10 laps to go on the counter.
Little flick of the elbow, trying to get a little bit of help, and Justin Bolden not giving any of it. 10 to go. Riders, 10 to go, 10 to go, 10 to go, 10 laps to go. Pastoria, a team out of St. Louis, on the front right now, controlling things in the light blue jerseys. Got to look at my sheet here, try to be able to figure out who might they be waiting to be able to help out. Talked about our previous winners on day number one here, the sprinters like Alfredo Rodriguez and Summerhill and Ty Magner and Justin Williams. Brand new course, though. It's very different. 7/10 of a mile around this course is. Very wide roads, no brakes at all, no matter how fast you're going through all four turns. It's only turn number 5 where it gets a little bit narrow, but the sprint will take place going into turn number 5 because you carry so much momentum. You barely have time to get one pedal stroke in before you're coming out of turn number 6, and then you have the long drag to the finish line. The wind was a factor earlier. Now we got a little bit of a tailwind, so you can come out of that last turn in first and hold off everybody for the win. That's what it's going to be. Your top 3 riders in that final turn. So on the front in the light blue jerseys, Cheney, Windows, and Door, Pastoria, they're the riders that are trying to be able to control things. 7/10 of a mile around, 9 laps to go. It's very early to be able to come to the front to try to be able to control things, but they feel, I mean, Owen Gillett, we saw him having a good sprint a little bit earlier on, to be able to pick up $500. Maybe they're working for him. Tim Smith used to be on that Rainstorm team, strong rider as well. He's a rider that coming out of Missouri. Alex Weissler on that team, Maddox Simmons as well, and Michael Watkins. Fetzer wants nothing of it, Brad. He's going diving right underneath them.
Wow, Fetzer bombing that last turn like it was 1 to go. Unfortunately, it only shows 8 on the counter. Fetzer going to give this one a big effort on the front. And he'll pick that $500 up easily. Now he's got to figure out what he wants to do for the rest of the race.
I can't imagine he's going to try to keep going. I mean, he already did about a 10-lap solo effort earlier. Luke Fetzer, he just wanted to be able to get that money. Now he's going to be able to sit up. They're going to need him, though, try to be able to do the lead out. You got to be able to have a little bit of help to be able to stay in position. When you're flying down that backstretch, you're going 28 miles an hour. If you're trying to move up by yourself and try to be able to keep in position, every single time you're using up energy. You're burning matches in your book. That's why it takes a big advantage to be able to have teammates. Luke Fetzer is the teammate of Lucas Burgon, who arguably is the fastest rider in this race. Your pro national champion. Fetzer's job during the last 3 laps is going to be to escort for going around and do the moving up for him to be able to keep him out of the wind, to be able to keep your sprinter as fresh as possible. You want Lucas Burgoyne to come into that final turn with all the matches in his book, with none of them burned, and the only way to be able to do that is to rely on your teammate. Well, Shaney windows and door, not bothered by it. The light blue jerseys now riding on the front, doing a great job. Michael Watkins, first rider coming through right here. They are getting ready to see 7 laps to go. Right at 7 to go, 7 to go, 7 to go. Tim Smith yelling, go, go, go to somebody out there. And I don't even know if it's one of his teammates. But obviously, if you're riding on the front and controlling things and someone's going to attack, you better have a light blue jersey follow it. That was one of those riders that was doing all the work earlier right there in that light blue jersey, sacrificing himself to be able to keep that pace going, to be able to protect this sprinter. His job is done. You're going to see that. You're going to see other riders in the same colored jerseys sacrificing themselves so that their sprinter can be in a good position for the end of the bike race. A reshuffling of the dice, throwing it out there. It's going to be 6 laps to go. 2 riders right now trying to be able to go up the road. 6 to go, 6 to go. Alex Weissler is in that group along with, I think it was Bryce Olson. So Alex Weissler in that light blue jersey finds himself in the front group, and I think he's dropping the rider that he was with. So Alex Weissler now about to find himself all by himself. 6 laps to go for our riders as they came by. Hey, remember that rider I was talking about that likes to do absolutely nothing but wait for the summit? He was riding dead last wheel 2 laps ago. Now, 1 lap, he moved up. He's sitting 10th wheel, waiting for him to be able to do something. Still have time for, nope. Oh, 3 laps are over. 3 laps are over with 7 laps to go. So any kind of incident or flat tire or anything now, you are not allowed to be able to get back into the bike race. The riders have to be a little bit extra careful. Now we're down to the final 7 laps. More importantly, we're going to be down to the final 5 laps. But again, Ama Insect, light gray jersey, he picked up the $1,000, went from dead last to 10th. Started to be able to move himself up. You don't want to wait until the last 2 laps to try to move into position. It takes up too much energy. The speed is too high as well. You have to be able to move up earlier as different riders are going to continue to attack. 5 laps to go, 5 to go, 5 to go. He was away last lap, and he continues to be able to weigh. Alex Weissler on the attack.
See a lot of looking around back at the front of the field. There's Weissler solo away. But the field not looking too worried right now.
One thing now with Alex Weissler up the road, the light blue jerseys of Cheney windows and door, they don't have to ride on the front. They're going to try to slow things down by just sitting in. Weissler coming out of Texas, trying to be able to make an impact here in Utah on day number 1 of our Utah Crit. bell for me.
Gap holding steady at about 5 seconds here for the solo rider. We're going to ring the bell for $500 cash. Attention, riders, $500 cash, premium, $500 cash. Going full race, $500 cash, full race, $500 cash. Leader is eligible, full race, $500 cash. Group all back together. Just caught that solo guy away. This is going to be a bunch gallop to the line for the cash. Guys starting to pop off the back, blowing up late in the race here. They're going to see 3, and they're sprinting for cash. Group is all together, and here comes Fetzer again.
Riders, 3 laps to go, 3 to go. Fetzer goes through with $500 in his pocket.
Well, made that one look easy. Fetzer moved up in that little U-turn, found his way to the front and stayed there. Luke Fetzer adds another $500 to his total. This guy is getting into high mileage used car territory with his earnings today. He's like getting into the low thousands here. Big money.
Now you saw that color jersey. It's white. It has a little bit, a couple stars on there. That's because Fetzer is an under 23 national champion in the Criterium. His teammate wearing of exact same color jersey, a similar jersey, is the Pro Criterium national champion jersey. Look for these two guys to join forces a little bit later on to help out for that final sprint. Lucas Burgoyne definitely needs to be able to redeem himself. He went to Tulsa, Oklahoma for 3 days and got nothing. Can he come back and redeem himself here in day number 1 of our Utah crits? I'm an insect moving up. Freelancing. Danny Summerhill also freelancing. There's a lot of riders in here with no teammates just trying to be able to do their own thing. We have an awesome drone shot watching our riders head down towards turn number 5.
Fetzer going to go back into the fold here. That'll be it for his time off the front. And now Lucas Burgoyne making his approach. So you are going to see a different Stars and Stripes jersey this time. Remember, we talked about Fetzer last time, but this is the cowboy coming to the front now. Here's Lucas Burgoyne, second position.
Joe Waters leading them through in that big jersey, Empire Cycling. 2 to go, 2 to go, 2 to go.
Well, this one looking more and more like it will come down to a field sprint. Lucas Burgoyne is in perfect position here, but the problem is he's isolated. He's looking for help. Danny Summerhill is going to be a big problem for him. He's also there.
Riders right now fighting for position on the backstretch, getting ready to have 1 lap to go. My official bell ringer for our Promenade is going to be Carla as they're getting ready to see 1 lap to go. Carla, focus. Ring the bell for the street. Here we go. 1 to go. Come on, Sandy, make some noise.
Down to 1 lap to go here, riders. Last lap of racing. 1 to go all together. Caden's control in the front at 1 lap to go.
Carla cheering for that Empire Cycling Team, racing in the pink jerseys. More riders coming through as the battle for position right now taking place, going through turn number 2.
You want to talk about battle for position? We just watched Eddie Huntsman go way wide outside of the cones. He'll work his way back in, but he's going to lose some position there. We're going still in perfect position. That's Richard Holt, his teammate, right in front of him. So right now, Caden's occupied. Oh, and here comes Fetzer into third. So Caden's occupies 1, 2, and 3 into the second half of this course.
Keep an eye on Danny Summerhill starting to be able to move up on the outside in that light blue jersey and the gray. Fetzer, I don't know what kind of legs he can have, if anything. Fetzer's going to be the sweeper, trying to keep all the riders off of Lucas Burgoyne. Danny Summerhill starting to be able to come. Look at Dushan Calaba in the pink jersey. Parks Law Firm diving on the inside. Here comes the sprint coming around towards turn number 6.
This is going to be Burgoyne. First, the Serbian to the front now. Here comes Calaba first out of the corner in the pink. They're going to try and drop Burgoyne off. Calaba has been caught, and Burgoyne is going to get it done. Lucas Burgoyne, your winner in Sandy.
Brody McDonald unofficially in second, but Lucas Burgoyne, your U.S. Pro National Champion, winning here in Sandy. And guess what? In our women's race, the U.S. Pro National Champion Kendall Ryan won. In the men's race, your U.S. Pro National Champion won as well. I got second at 34 with third.
Just taking a look at the replay right now. Look at that corner. You want to talk about some good bike handling skills.
That was 4 wide.
Oy, oy, oy. Days like this, I'm glad I don't have to fight at the front of that field. Holy moly.
That looks sketch. Maurice Ballester had the run in on it, just ran out of legs, and Lucas Burgoyne managed to be able to come around on that inside and be able to pick up a win. That's Redemption SR Tulsa winning here on day number 1. Be very happy with that. Be able to put some ACC points to the spot.
Get those guys back here, and we'll grab a word with them. Hey, don't forget, if you enjoyed your time today, we do have T-shirts for sale over in the merch tent, just right where registration was. They're still open for business. Grab yourself a T-shirt. Meanwhile, let's welcome back Sports champ Lucas Burgoyne, working his way back through the line. Welcome the Cowboy and now King of Sandy back to the line. Lucas, where are you going? Lucas does it again, this time in Utah. The questions from last weekend have been answered. Lucas is back. Is that the message today?
Damn straight I'm back, baby. Woo!
Couldn't have said it better myself. Lucas, I want to ask you about this corner back here, 4 wide through there. That was one of the most incredible shows of bike handling I have ever seen. by all four guys up there. Take me through the last half lap today.
The altitude and in the heat, everyone was really flat. So breakaways looked like they would get away, but as soon as you got about 5 minutes of the effort, people just annihilated. So it made it a little spread out. I had Richard Hollick come through one to go. Couldn't find Luke, and then all of a sudden I looked back and Luke's dived and in the heat, everyone was really flat. So breakaways looked like they would get away, but as soon as you got about 5 minutes of the effort, people just annihilated. So it made it a little spread out.
Of your bike right here. I want you to take me through the custom whip that you're riding today.
Well, honestly, this off we got the opportunity to paint a bike, and that's what we're kind of sitting around, and then we were like, "Oh, would be something fun to do." And the Joker theme was kind of born. It was from last year. We kind of did our lazy sit in the back, which everyone tells us we shouldn't do. And they would say, "Y'all don't take this seriously. You don't care about this." And I'm like, "Well, we're winning freaking bike races, so what you want me to do?" And my favorite part of it is the front end that says, "Why so serious?"
I like it. And you got the 360 camera. Does this mean I'm going to be on your Instagram now? All right. I like it. Lucas Margot, your winner tonight. Give it up for the champion, day one of Utah Crits.
Brody McDonald, you around, Brody? Make yourself known. Head over to the podium. Once again, looking for Brody McDonald. Maurice, head on over to the podium. Lucas, head on over to the podium.
Once again, today's live stream brought to you by Cotton Socks, our live stream partner here. We are just minutes away from our podium presentation, making a call for all riders to the podium as we get ready for top three on the day and our ACC podium.
Hey, Sandy, I hope you enjoyed that Promenade Women all day racing here at our Sandy Promenade. With that, I'd like to be able to turn our attention to our podium as we're getting ready to introduce your top three on the day. You just watched the sprint. A guy's coming across the line at about 45 miles per hour, finishing up in third place, continuing with his results, riding for the Golden State Blazers. A young 23-year-old. Please welcome Brody McDonald in third. Finishing up in second place, a silver medal ride. This goes to the German, Maurice Ballerstedt. And showing once again, he has a turbo that is unmatched. They call him the Cowboy. Coming out of Austin, Texas, Lucas Burgoyne. Once again, here's your top three. The celebration continues. Congratulations. You want to talk about speed? You want to talk about some of the fastest riders in the nation? They are right here standing on your top steps of the podium. Moving on to our American Criterium Cup. This was race number 2. Eric, right here, you want to start with green or red? Let's do green and then we'll put red. Race number 2 of the American Criterium Cup. Taking over your sprint leader competition now, wearing the green jersey, Danny Summerhill. Danny, no stranger to leading the sprint competition for the American Criterium Cup, keeping him on the top step of the podium. Guess what? Your new overall leader of the American Criterium Cup. This will go with the red jersey now to Danny Summerhill. Your overall American Criterium Cup winner from 2023, now on track with the lead here after race number 2. Congratulations to Danny Summerhill from Legion of Los Angeles.
All right, well, that will do it for us here from the live stream and on stage. For everyone here at Utah, Chris, thanks for being here, and we will see you tomorrow at America First Field. And again, big thank you to our live stream sponsor, Cotton Socks. We'll see you back here, same place tomorrow.